Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Hi.
My name is Olabode.
My name is Olabode Easy.
My name is Oyin.
This is Icon Olu of Street Church.
Keep listening to
High Impact.
Keep listening to my music.
Keep listening to High Impact 102.1 FM, the urban lifestyle station.
Hey, are you a mechanic, a car owner, a car dealer, transporter, or a prospective car owner? This program is for you. Tune in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and let's talk about your car needs and how to care for your automobiles.
3, 2, 1.
A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Auto Hub right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. I welcome you to the show, especially this afternoon. And yes, this is where we get to talk about your automotives and your automobile, making sure that we take a look at issues from different standpoints that include yours, and then we get to take a look at them succinctly and make sure that we come to a solution about it. This show is in two segments. The first one is where we get to talk about the news making the rounds in the automotives. We'll talk about automobile news for you. I can call them update as well. And then the other part is the part for our conversation, where we get to have a conversation. I get to talk about one particular or one important topic of the week right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. And the show is what we call Auto Hub. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name, and I'll be your host on the show this afternoon, making sure that you have a safe ride whenever it is that you are on to your automobile. There's a road to it, and that is to make sure that you tune to Empire Radio 102.1 FM for the best of the best content right here from the city of Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to the show once again. 4:23 on the clock right now. You can catch up with us right here on Facebook and also on YouTube at Empire Radio 102.1 FM on Facebook, and you can watch us live on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM. Without further ado, let's go straight into it this afternoon, and then we'll start with news update from the automotive world, where I'm bringing it to you right now that the Nigerian market is not mature enough for electric vehicles. This is according to the stakeholders. Industry experts have cautioned against the early adoption of electric vehicles in Nigeria. They said the obstacles include inadequate power supply, scarcity of certified EV technicians, limited charging of infrastructure, and the need for specialized training to service various EV models. This is according to the Chief Executive Officer of Autogig International Resource Limited, Tope Ojo. Ojo said to become EV friendly for customers, Nigeria needs to address the challenges and provide charging infrastructures in all of the states. The Nigerian government has shown commitment towards the development of electric vehicles and has proposed policies and plans to support the adoption and production of EVs. And then you can recall that last year, the National Automotive Design and Development Council acquired locally assembled vehicles, electric vehicles with charging infrastructure from Nigerian Jet Motors, and the electric vehicle development plan has entered its final stage for ratification and implementation, which aims to position Nigeria as a leading country in electric vehicles. Ojo, however, highlighted the industry's lag in this area, emphasized the abundance of natural resources like tin and lithium that need harnessing. He also stressed the importance of focusing on and mastering Nigeria's competitive trends for the betterment of the economy. Talking about several firms are developing electric vehicles in Nigeria, and then some of the top electric vehicle startups and companies in Nigeria. Talking about electric vehicles this afternoon, freezing weather can deplete the electric vehicle battery and slow charging at times. This according to the United States Bureau, and then the United States doesn't have enough public chargers to give drivers much confidence. Cold weather charging is another electric vehicle's pain point. This is because electric vehicles have lose about 30% of their range on average in freezing conditions, according to a study of 18 popular models by analytics firm Recurrent. The 2021 Volkswagen ID4 lost the most power at 46% of its range. The 2022 and 2022 Audi e-tron lost the least with 16%. It is very important to know that the electric cars don't go as far in the cold because they seem to discharge more often than they charge. Let's talking about electric vehicles this afternoon. Tesla plans to build new electric vehicles in mid-2025. Tesla has told suppliers it wants to start production of a new mass market electric vehicle codenamed Redwood in mid-2025, according to 4 people familiar with the matter, with 2 of them describing the model as a compact crossover. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has long wanted fans and investors' appetite for affordable electric vehicles and self-driving robot taxis that are expected to be made on next-generation cheaper electric car platforms as well. And the models, including an entry-level $25,000 per car, would allow it to compete with cheaper gasoline-powered cars and a growing number of inexpensive electric vehicles, such as those made by China's BYD. Don't forget that Elon Musk has first promised to build a $25,000 car in 2020, a plan later shelved and revived. Tesla's cheapest offering, the Model 3 sedan, currently has a starting price of $38,990 in the United States. Musk said last year was concerned about the impact of high interest rates on consumer demand for big-ticket items like cars. And the production will begin in June 2025. 3 of the sources have said all spoke on conditions of anonymity because the matter is confidential. And lastly, in the world of updates this afternoon, Ford records 2.24 million Ford Explorer SUVs over trim retention clips. Ford Motors said today it was recalling 2.24 million older Explorer sport utility vehicles worldwide because trim retention clips may not be properly engaged. The recall includes 1.89 million SUVs in the United States and covers 2011 through 2019 model year vehicles because the trim could detach, said the National Highway Traffic System Administration. Earlier today, Ford said it was unaware of any report of crashes or injuries related to the recall. Dealers will inspect and replace the A-pillar trim as necessary, and the A-pillar on the car is the metal piece that supports the windshield. Ford stopped using the part in the year 2019 as well, and now Ford said it expects 5% of the vehicle population to be impacted. Owners of the affected vehicles may see gaps around a loose A-pillar trim or detect audible rattles or excessive wind noise from the A-pillar area. The automaker said it first received an informal inquiry from the NHTSA in 2010 related to exterior A-pillar trim parts detachment on 2012 to 2014 Explorer vehicles. I'm bringing it back to Nigeria now. Kia Corporation and Uber have signed a memorandum of understanding at this week's Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, committing the two companies to collaborate on Kia's planned development and deployment of platforms beyond vehicle PBVs to enhance electric vehicle offering available on Uber's mobility platform and support the global ride-hailing leader in achieving its 2040 zero-emission goal. The partnership will seek to produce Kia PBVs optimized for drivers and fleet as part of Kia's strategy in this field of the mobility market. And yesterday, Lagos Task Force impounded 355 motorcycles during a 5-hour special operation across the state, says Okada riders more difficult to arrest than armed robbers, while highlighting the complexities involved in arresting them. Agency stated that it came fully prepared for the operation, leaving all 7 trucks filled with confiscated Okadas. The Lagos State Task Force has revealed that arresting an Okada rider is more difficult after impounding yet another 355 motorcycles, Okadas, during a 5-hour special operation across the state, while vying to eradicate the menace of Okada operators on banned route. The chairman of the agency, CSP Shola Jejeloye, highlighted the complexities involved in effecting the arrest of an Okada rider, which he said is very much difficult. Jejeloye also disclosed that the operators of Okadas on highways in Lagos seem to be daring, but they are no match for the will and might of the task force. He further stated that the agency came fully prepared for the operation, leaving all 7 trucks filled with confiscated Okadas, assuring Lagosians that every part of the state where activities of Okada have been banned will be cleansed. He urged residents to stop patronizing Okada riders and make use of safer means of transportation befitting of a mega city like Lagos. Jejeloye equally reminded Lagosians of the position of the law, which finds both the rider and the passenger culpable if caught riding on Okada on the state's highways or areas where the activities have been completely banned. Still the Auto Up Show right here on iPad Radio 102.1 FM. Stay with me. I'll be right back after this short time out.
Hey, are you a mechanic, a car owner, a car dealer, transporter, or a prospective car owner? This program is for you. Tune in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and let's talk about your car needs and how to care for your automobiles.
3, 2, 1.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information,
call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Do you know bad production can kill a great content idea?
Do you want to have a photo shoot, audio production, or do you need a professional voiceover artist?
Do you simply want unmatched cinematography, video production, or just event coverage, such as weddings, birthdays, or burials?
Or do you need a space for meetings or conferences? All these are possible with High Impact Studios. Don't bring down your creativity, let's help you take it high.
And out of this world with our state-of-the-art equipment and first-class studio space.
We give you the quality you deserve at the best rate.
For more details, call 0706 393 5694 or 0915 958 1881. High Impact Studios, the future.
The stakes are high. The competition is huge.
Chelsea are getting closer.
The prize of victory all reward.
Oh, what a goal from Gabriel Martinelli!
And no matter the teams we stand with, everyone believes this season is our season. Catch all the footballing action from the leagues in the world live on Sports Hub.
Absolutely glorious from Arsenal Palace.
Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 p.m. and on Saturdays at 2 p.m. on High Impact 102.1 FM. The King of Radio.
Hey, are you a mechanic, a car owner, a car dealer, transporter, or a prospective car owner? This program is for you. Tune in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. and let's talk about your car needs and how to care for your automobiles.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the show. It's still Auto Up right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Here we're taking a look at issues as regarding our automotives and automobile. And I tell you, we definitely have to give our automotives and automobiles a long lifespan. It's in the cruise control this afternoon. We have something special to talk about, and that is diagnosing and repairing an overheating vehicle. Diagnosing and repairing an overheating vehicle. Most time, this is the job of a rewire. But then, what are the things you are expected to do when you find out that yes, my car is overheating? And then the first thing should be about your initial inspection, because overheating can actually come from different parts of the vehicle. Let's talk about hose. Let's talk about water pump. Let's talk about the thermostat. And in the process of inspection, you need to do what we call coolant tests. So all of these and many more we'll be taking a look at in this short time we have together on the show this afternoon, diagnosing and repairing an overheating vehicle. Don't forget I can be a part of the show 070010211021 or 70010211021. Let's talk about nagging issues that you have concerning your automotives and your automobile, and we'll be looking to provide solutions to it. It's in the cruise control right now, and let's talk about what is a car overheating. There are many different causes of an engine to overheat, and whatever the cause, the engine is overheating because something inside the cooling system is preventing transportation or release of heat. And the most common cause of an engine overheating condition is a defective thermostat. There are numerous items that can cause an overheating condition. Coolant loss will also cause an overheating condition. If you're experiencing coolant loss in the form of leak, you should refer to it as a coolant loss symptom on the side, and if the vehicle overheats and has an excessive white smoke from the tailpipe, this can be referred to as excessive smoke from tailpipe. So one of the things that causes your car to overheat, we can talk about radiator malfunctioning. Overheating could be due to a radiator clog. Can be a clog, can be a leak or a fan malfunction, and a malfunctioning radiator can restrict or stop it from properly escaping from your vehicle, which will in turn cause the temperature to rise, and we will be able to diagnose exactly what's wrong with your radiator and repair the problem. If the radiator gets too rusted, it can end up with holes or leak or otherwise malfunction. So if your car is running too hot, it is best to check the radiator for rust. It should be easy to see on the outside, but then you can also tell if the color of your coolant becomes brownish. Another one is the water pump failure. The water pump, as the name implies, help pumps and propel engine coolant throughout your cooling system, and any issue associated with the water pump can lead to an overheating engine. Common water pump problem includes leaks, shifting of the pump shaft, or eroded impeller vents. When the water pump fails, there may be insufficient coolant running through the engine, causing it to run too hot and overheat, and this can lead to the failure of the engine gasket, cylinder head, and other components. If left unfixed, the engine could get so damaged that it requires an overhaul. This is when we talk about engine knocking. Let's use our own parlance now. They tell you our engine is knock. So other than the water pump failure, you can also talk about the thermostat stuck. A broken thermostat might be stuck in the closed position, causing the engine to warm up and keep going. No matter how hot the engine gets, the coolant is unable to pass through. This is a real problem and can cause your engine to overheat rapidly. Just like I mentioned, if the thermostat is stuck in an open position, no matter how high you turn up the heater, you won't get hot air flowing through the vent, and this indicates a poorly functioning thermostat and should prompt you to change it as soon as you can. So you agree that overheating is the most common symptom of a bad or failing thermostat, and this happens because the thermostat can get stuck as it ages, and if it stuck in the closed position, it won't let the coolant reach the radiator and the engine will in turn overheat. So having talked about our car and engines overheating now, and the possible causes of the engines overheating, we have to talk about what you need to do when the engine overheats. The first thing to do is to kill the air conditioner and crank the heat. You have to immediately turn off the air conditioner to reduce stress on the engine, then turn the dial to maximum heat. This can help pull heat away from the engine to keep it from overheating until you can pull over in a safe location. You may get a little hot yourself, but a few minutes of discomfort is a small price to pay compared to major engine repairs. After that, you can pull over and shut off the car, allow the engine to cool for at least 15 minutes, and keep an eye on the temperature gauge, as it should move back to normal range as the engine cools. While you are waiting and watching the gauge, put together a plan to get your overheated engine checked out. And after waiting for a couple of minutes, it is safe to say you can restart your engine. If your car is not being towed, then that's the time to carefully restart your engine and drive to your nearest auto repair shop. Don't just because the engine is cool now you want to take the car to the house. No, that's not the best thing to do. You should see an auto technician or an auto mechanic to keep an eye on the temperature gauge for you as well. Just because we talked about what you should do when your car or your engine overheats, we should also be able to talk about what not to do when your engine overheats. The first thing to do is not to panic. I mean, that is not a point to panic here, but because of the type of mentality we have around us here, that is when some people start to shiver, and then sometimes can actually lead to unwanted sins as well. Don't panic, because I tell you, your engine isn't keeping it cool, but then you yourself can keep cool. Avoid swerving through traffic or slamming on your brakes when pulling off the road. Another thing you should not do is to not keep driving. If your engine is overheating but still running, you are not doing it any favors by staying on the road. I mean, you may be able to get your destination before it gives you entirely, but then you may cause significant and costly damage by pushing your engine too far. And And once you've pulled over, wait for the engine to cool before popping the hood to check things out. The hood is what we call the bonnet here. Yeah, I should wait for it to calm down a little bit before you open it up. Opening the hood immediately can put you at risk of burns or injuries from spewing steam or smoke. Patience, they say, is what? Patience is key. Wait until the engine temperature gauge settles before opening the hood. And do you agree with me that all of these things are preventable? By the way, talking about your car overheating, because if you take care of your car, definitely your car will take care of you. The best way to prevent your car from overheating is to have a regular inspection and coolant exchanges. Make sure they are being performed on your car, and then you are up to date with your radiator maintenance as it is being recommended by your vehicle manufacturer. There's nothing that beats routine inspections because they can help you to fix any potential radiator or engine issues before they become worsened. You see the Auto Hub right here on Hyper Radio 102.1 FM, and this afternoon we're taking a look at diagnosing and repairing an overheating vehicle.
3, 2, 1.
And because of the show this afternoon, we're going to talk about what overheating is and then the causes of a car to overheat. Don't forget that we told you that the cooling system's primary components includes the radiator, the water pump, the thermostat, the cooling fan, and a couple of various hoses. And all of these things together maintain your engine's optimal operating temperature, preventing it from getting too hot or too cold. We've talked about the common causes of your car overheating. Of course, your car cannot just overheat. There are a couple of factors that will actually bring about that. We talked about your coolant leaking. We talked about your faulty thermostat, your water pump failing, or some cooling fan problems as well. We talked about clogged radiator and also a faulty radiator cap. So all of these things are what come together and can make your car to overheat. I've talked about step-by-step diagnosing and fixing your car when it overheats. The first thing, don't forget, is to be safe because your safety comes first. Pull over, turn off your engine and allow the car to cool. Find a safe spot to pull over immediately, because when you continue to drive an overheating car, it can cause severe engine damage. Turn off the engine, shut off the engine to prevent further overheating, and give the engine ample time to cool down, maybe some 15 to 20 to 30 minutes. After the cooling down, then you can open your bonnet or your hood, as you would call it. And then the next thing to do is to check your coolant level. You should locate where your coolant reservoir is. And in most of our cars that we have out there, the coolant reservoir is a translucent plastic tank located near the radiator itself. It has a marking indicating the minimum and the maximum levels. After locating it, make sure you check your coolant level. The coolant level should be between the minimum and the maximum markings. If it's below the minimum, then there might be a leak or another issue causing the overheating. Then you should inspect for the leaks. Look under the car for any visible signs of coolant leaking, or leaking coolant can quickly lead to overheating. Another step is to inspect your radiator and the hoses that you have in the car. Check your radiator, inspect your hoses. Another one is to verify the thermostat operation. This one is very, very important. The thermostat, regulates the coolant flow, allowing the engine to reach its operating temperature efficiently. And if the thermostat fails, it can cause overheating. So in a bit to verify your thermostat operation, you need to locate where your thermostat is, and this is usually out in a metal housing where the upper radiator hose connects to the engine. So after locating your thermostat, start the engine and let it idle while monitoring the upper radiator hose. And so once the engine warms up, you should feel the hose getting hot as the thermostat opens up. So if the upper radiator hose remains cold even after the engine warms up, it may indicate a faulty thermostat that needs you to replace it. Another step is to check the water pump. Don't forget that the water pump is responsible for circulating the coolant throughout the engine, and the malfunctioning water pump can disrupt the cooling system and cause overheating. Look for the leaks in the water pump. Check your driving belt. Make sure that the driving belt connects the water pump to the engine is in good condition and properly tensioned. And you can try to pay attention to noises that you hear from your vehicle. And away from that, you can do well to inspect the cooling system pressure. A cooling system that doesn't hold pressure can lead to overheating as well. And the last but not the least is to flush and refill the coolant. If you haven't found any specific issues during the diagnostic process, it might be time to flush and refill your coolant. Over time, coolant can become contaminated and lose its effectiveness. What you should do when you're flushing your coolant is to drain the coolant with the engine coil, locate the radiator drain plug and let the coolant drain into a container. Use a coolant system flush kit thoroughly, clean the cooling system, and then do well to refill with a new coolant. And after looking to do all of these steps, one major important thing, one very important thing is to make sure you seek professional help, because nobody does it like who knows how to do it. Make sure you seek out the help of an auto mechanic or an auto technician. It is very important because car overheating can be a stressful and potentially dangerous situation. So yes, with a systematic approach and the basic knowledge, you can diagnose and fix many overheating issues. Remember to always prioritize your safety and take appropriate precautions when dealing with a hot engine. And that is why you need to seek the professional help. A professional mechanic, because they have the knowledge, the tools, and the experience to pinpoint and fix complex cooling system issues for you. The Auto Up Show right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM, and because of the show today, we've been talking about diagnosing and repairing an overheating vehicle. That's how much we'll be taking on the show this afternoon. Many thanks to you for being a part of it. Do well to join us at same time next week, 4 to 5 p.m. on Empire Radio 102.1 FM for another edition of the show Auto Or, where we take a look at issues regarding and relating to our automobile and also our automotives, making sure they're having a healthy lifespan. Ayodeji Ajiboye is my name. See you same time next week on the show Auto Up right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Stay with us for more informating, educating, and entertaining programs right here on Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Don't forget to follow us across all social media platforms on X and Instagram at Impact 102.1 FM. You can watch us live on YouTube at Impact 102.1 FM, and also we're live on Facebook as well, Empire Radio 102.1 FM. Good afternoon.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information,
call 0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Everywhere you go,
no matter where you go,
we're with you as your urban lifestyle station. At 102.1 FM.
Welcome Wednesday.
Hi.